Hi, these are Heroes in Action, made by Mattel back in 1974. Well, the Vietnam War had big social issues in the United States as a consequence. So it was not a good moment for toy soldiers, and even G.I. Joe stopped being a soldier and became an adventurer. But someone at Mattel thought differently, and they produced this line of plain soldiers with no names. Of course, it was a bad idea. They did not sell well in the United States. They did a little bit better here in Europe, but it was not a success. 2 years later, in 1976, Mattel produced them in blue outfits, calling them SWAT Team. Well, it was just for stepping aside from the soldiers concept, but it was not enough for resurrecting this line, which died and was then cancelled. By the way, these were small action figures standing 3 inches tall, which means 7.5 centimeters, so here they are next to a beer can. Or next to Spider-Tron. Well, they had a few points of articulation, so arms can move up and down, and the waist can swivel from side to side, although this is due to their action feature. We can notice that they have no paint applications at all, so this is flesh-colored plastic molded together with green plastic and black plastic. Now, they had an action feature, as I've said, so they came with a stand like this one here. It has got some details sculpted on, so we can see bricks and rocks and a few ammos here. All of their stands had a peg like this one here and a small lever like this one, which is on a ratcheted joint. Now we can take our soldier, who has got a hole in his butt, and peg our soldier onto his base, in this way. Now, if I move this little lever from side to side, my soldier will move from side to side, making a machine gun noise. Well, I know it's quite lame, but we have to remember that this toy is 40 years old. And so it's quite simple. By the way, it's nice. They had a few vehicles and a playset. Their playset was basically a cardboard cutout you had to fold in shape. They had a jeep, a truck, and also they had a helicopter called Defense Copter, which has been recycled later by Mattel in their Mattel Marvel Super Heroes Secret Wars toy line. It was the Turbocopter. Now, something that I notice about these toys, something that is quite nice to me, is that they don't look like your average toy soldiers. If you look at him, he's got a nice face, which is really peculiar, and he's got a muscular body for a soldier. I think I can recognize here the art of Tony Guerrero, who was the main sculptor for the first Masters of the Universe toy line, and also, I believe, for Big Jim. So, they have much more soul than your average toy soldier. They had, a few different body parts they mixed together to make different action figures. So this one here is standing, while this one here is in a sitting position and maybe is more appropriate to fit into your helicopter. By the way, these are Heroes in Action. They are quite cheap today for a toy this age, and they are nice, quite fun. So, that's all. Ciao!